Hello and welcome back to this channel. In this video, we are going to talk about transaction in DBMS, the most important concept in DBMS, and 20% of the questions in your exams or any interview or in GATE exam from this topic. Okay, transaction. So, what do you mean by transaction? So, transaction basically a transaction in DBMS is a logical unit of work, which means the operations must must be in a single unit. Okay, so Mm. transaction is a logical unit of work that consists of one or more database operations. Okay, so here operations are read, write, update, delete, modify. These are the operations and executed as a single unit. Suppose a work. Suppose you are making uh, Maggie. So what are the processes? What are the operation? You have to boil the water, then you have to add the masala, you have to add Maggie, and then you have to turn off the gas and prepare your Maggie. So all the operations should be completed if you want to eat Maggie. Okay. If something fails, suppose your masala is not there in the packet, so your Maggie there stops. Okay. This is the basic example. Okay. Then here is example. Okay. Transaction must either complete fully or not execute at all. Like the Maggie example. If masala is there, you can make your Maggie. If masala is not there, you have to throw away your boiled water, boiled Maggie, whatever you can do. So example here, bank transfer of 5,000 from account A to account B. First, you have to check the balance. If there is 5,000 or more than 5,000, you can send. So, trade balance of A, then deduct means transfer the money from 5,000 from account A to account B. Then your balance is deducting and the account B, the balance of account B is what? Additioning. So 5,000 is added to account B. So next one is save the changes. Whatever change is made, so you have to save. All these steps together form one transaction. Okay. Yeah. So next in this video, we are going to talk about the states of transaction. What are the states that transaction passes through? Okay, so there is basically five states, that is active, partially committed, failed, committed, and aborted. So we are going to talk about all those things. So first one is active state. What do you means? It actually means transaction is being executed. Okay, being executed. Any operation that is being executed in the transaction is stated as active state. Reading or writing data. Okay, then partially committed. Transaction. The last operation of the transaction is completed. The last operation. There is here in the example we had four operations, one, two, three, and four. So when the third operation, here four is not the last operation, final operation. Save changes in the database is not the operation that include the partially committed. Okay, partially committed state that doesn't include the state the operation saving the uh, changes to the database. Okay, partially committed operation are executed. All the operation executed, changes are not permanently saved. Okay. Committed. Committed basically does the same thing as partially committed, but it saves the changes permanently in the database. Okay. So then comes a failed state. Okay, failure. So if there is hardware failure or something, software failure, error during execution, that is called failed state. And in this state, if some failure occurs, then transaction cannot proceed further. Okay. Then last state is aborted state. Okay. Transaction is rolled back. What do you mean by rollback? Undoing the changes. Okay. Suppose you have gone through all these three states and you are going to save the changes. If changes are not being saved, then all the steps must undo. Okay, so look here, the diagram begins with active state. If if there is no error, then partially committed, then committed, then ends. Or if there is error after during saving the changes, so partially committed goes to failed, then aborted. Okay. If active state directly fails, then aborted, then end. Okay. So these are the states. So next we are going to talk about the properties of transaction. So there is a property called acid properties. Okay, that is the basic property of transaction. A for atomicity, C for consistency, the I for isolation, and D for durability. We are going to talk all the concepts. Okay, atomicity. Atomicity means transaction must be completed fully or not executed at all. Here, a transaction is all or nothing. Either all operations are executed or not. Okay? Yeah. Then consistency. Moving the database from one valid state to another. That is called consistency. Suppose uh, from account A, 5,000 deducted. Suppose account A had 10,000 rupees and 5,000 is deducted. And account B has 10,000 rupees and 5,000 rupees added. Then total is 20,000 rupees. Okay. 10,000 here 10,000 had account A, 10,000 add account B. Both if we are adding both the account balance, then it will be 20,000. And after the transferring money, the the previous state, total balance of the previous state equals to total balance of the current state. Okay, total balance before and after transfer remains the same. Done. So next we will going to talk about isolation. Isolation describes that we are executing multiple transactions simultaneously at the same time. Okay, at the same time we are executing multiple transactions, but any of the transaction cannot interfere another transaction. They can't go and disturb another transaction. Okay, they can't forcefully retain the data from another transaction. Okay, so that is called isolation. In isolation, one transaction thinks he it is the only one transaction in the memory. Then last property is durability. Durability means after the committed update, the transaction, the changes that are saved is permanently. And if the system failure happens, if hardware or software failure, that doesn't affect on our data. So what is the importance of transaction in DBMS? So here are the importance like data consistency. We have studied what is consistency. So prevents partial updates, maintains database correctness, then reliability, concurrency control, recovery, integrity. These are all the things. Okay. Next one is what is the real life example? ATM example, we can consider this. Check balance, deduct amount, dispense cash, update account. If this cash not dispensed, the amount is not deducted. So this one is for today. Okay, bye. See you in the next topic.